All right, let's get started. Recently, I jumped over to YRealty was created about a year ago by Candice and Dave. Candice and Dave have experience in running brokerages. They ran the number one brokerage in California for Keller Williams for a while, and then they ended up building out other market centers that did extremely well. In fact, one of them was the number one market center for California for a while. And Wade, tell us why. You're funny. And then from there, they just kept on exceeding and doing great, partnering with amazing people. And then they decided to step out and sell their portion of Keller Williams. And at the same time, we were already communicating. In fact, we were looking to open up a Keller Williams with them. And that didn't end up working out. So they went and did their own thing. I did my thing. And then maybe about 2 months ago, this all happened pretty fast, 2.5, 3 months ago. James and I, who James works with me, he's our director of operations for the organization. He's been helping me onboard and grow on the real estate side. And James and I were just not in a good place as far as where we thought real estate as a whole was heading. And so the intention was maybe we should see what else is out there. So we did some research, we had some meetings with executives, and just nothing aligned. And then at that point, I thought, wow, I might have to create something on my own, because as the world is shifting around us with this whole NAR thing, and then AI is jumping in and tech is shifting, I feel like we're forgetting about the most important thing that we as business owners have to focus on. And so I reached out in hope that Candice and Dave were doing okay and would want to talk to me, because we just hadn't talked for a little bit. And I said, hey guys, I'm thinking about doing something. Remember that time we wanted to open a Keller Williams and it didn't work out? And I said, well, I'm thinking of, I think my last option is to come with you guys and take Y nationwide as partners in this. And they instantly said yes. And I was like, all right. There was no questions. There was nothing. It was just like, yes, let's do this. And I was like, okay. And then it felt good. It felt like it was the right thing at the right time. And it happened so fast, and like most great things do, right? And so that's where Candice, Dave, and James and we sat down and we thought, okay, great. Now that we know we're going to work together and expand this Long Beach company that's a year old, expand it nationwide, or like Dave likes to watch me do, like worldwide. What do we really need to focus on when it comes down to a company that I'm proud to be part of because I'm an agent, that they're proud of because they're agents, right? Well, Candice is a broker. She's the main broker here. And we sat down and we thought about it, and we came up with one question. And it was this. It was, what's the one thing that's not going to change in the next 20, 30, 100 years from now? One thing. What is that for our specific business? And the one thing that came up really fast was that relationships aren't going to change. And you see, here's the challenge. You have companies out there that say, we are now a tech company. We are a media company. We're a marketing company. We're a rev share company. And to us, they're missing the point. We need to bring this back to relationships. That becomes the core of everything that we do. When we get an amazing piece of tech, when we partner with somebody else, when we think of rev share, when we think of anything that's part of this company, it boils down to, how does that strengthen the relationship between the company, us, and the agent, and then more importantly, the agent and the consumer? Because we've strayed so far away from this that even the consumer was easily told a story that agents are selfish, they're greedy, they're they're just in it for the money. And the challenge was that it got sold and they bought it. And now look where we're at. We're backpedaling. We're trying to solve a problem that we thought it was and it wasn't. We're all over the place because we lost our way. It will always be and has always been about relationships. Yes, tech's important. It powers us, AI. And yes, there are other amazing, cool things that, of course, we have. Of course, we have rev share. Of course, we have all this other stuff. But none of that matters if we don't put the relationship at the core of everything, which then leads into community. And you watch us build communities over the last 10 years. We've shown up for you for 10 years in Lab Coat Agents, consistent leadership, selfless, like, let's just give it all out to you. And so with that, I thought, it's time to take this industry from the ground up with you and I, all of us here, to take it to a level it should have been a long time ago, but we got distracted with all this shit that hits us. It's like all this cool stuff that's coming out. It's like, that's cool. That's amazing. Let's add that. Oh, Zillow Flex is super cool. Let's add that. Look at this cool tech over here. But you know what? None of that matters. What matters is how you function with other people and what other people feel about you. So this is why I teamed up with him. And our goal is to change the industry from the bottom up. We know how important agents are because we're agents. We're not practicing out there. We're not preaching from up here and saying, hey, everyone else. No, we're in it with you. So we know how hard it is. We know when shifts happen. We know how to shift. We know how to move. We know what tech works, what doesn't. And so why not build something that we're all proud of together, that you never have to second guess and say, well, should I align with them? Because I'm not sure about their values. I'm not sure where they're going. That's our story. And that's what we stand for. And so with that, I want to shift it over to either Candice, Dave, or James to then explain the details, because yes, there are some details to the things that we have going on. So guys, who wants to take it on to showcase what we've got?
James, I can do that if you want.
Yeah. Allow me to pull up the pitch deck.
Wait.
And as this is, guys, as you're watching this, remember, this is only 30 minutes long, but as you're watching this, ask questions. Put them in there as you start seeing us pop up things. Remember, we're only in California right now. And we've already been established here thanks to Candice setting it all up for the last year. And now we're going to start expanding to other states. So if you're in California, it's easy. But from there, we can go. Miriam is this Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico. Listen, we're not in Mexico yet, Miriam, but we will be. So
I love how you said that. Could you say that again?
I had to think about
you said it correct. Good job.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, my parents are from Mexico, Miriam. So there you go. Oh, there's Valerie on our team. Madrid. That's very funny. All right, guys, let's start showcasing what we've got. There's only like 6 or 7 slides, so you'll have plenty of time for questions, and we'll go from there.
I think James, we can do it in 3 slides.
We can do it in 3 slides. Perfect. I've got it up here if you need it.
I got it. There we go.
All right.
Scroll to the growth piece.
Yeah.
We'll go right into growth and evolution just to show some of the things that will support agents, and I'm going to start over on the right side because it's my favorite of the three. 25 years ago, before real estate, I was a therapeutic nutritionist, and it didn't take long to figure out if people wanted to get a result, they had to get it straight here first in their head before it would show up in the way that they ate or the way that they worked out. And so one of the things that we will be releasing soon is that everybody in the company will have a dedicated therapist that they can speak to twice a month with unlimited messaging in between. So far as we're meeting with people and talking to people that we're already in relationship with, that one seems to be very exciting and will be very well received. And part of the idea came from the fact that running brokerages for 15 years, we of course had broker support for people to get second opinions or make sure that they were steering their client in the right direction proactively, so they had the broker. And lots of us have been or are currently in business coaching, so we have someone to help us with the direction of our own business and where we want to go. But arguably, those two things don't matter or show up at the highest level without our thinking being where it needs to be and having our mindset in the appropriate space. And so we call that a mental recharge. In the middle, moving over to the protection, just as an observation where I had seen in some cases, rare, which was nice, that agents would encounter something unexpected, like a car accident where they couldn't drive and therefore they couldn't show buyers as easy. And so their business was on a decline, but yet the credit card companies still wanted to get paid. The mortgage needed to get paid and the kids at home needed to eat. And so if they didn't have the appropriate insurances, it could take a negative toll. And so at the very least, looking at what offers is offered typically more so in corporate America versus the real estate brokerage space, we decided to partner with a company that would offer discounts on health insurance, disability, catastrophic injury. And as well, that same entity can help agents with other things so that they can plan for their future, like setting up an IRA, a 401k, and also tax mitigation strategies. And moving to the left is on the development side. So many of you follow Tristan, know Tristan, and know that he has a company called A Brilliant Tribe Coaching. And we have decided that to offer that to every agent within YRealty at no charge in an effort to keep people's expenses down, but give them some support so that they can grow their business and take it where they want it to go. Some of those development pieces include things like live prospecting, which is one of my favorites. It's entertaining, which is probably one of the reasons it's at the top of my list. But it's every Thursday at 3:00, Tristan gets on the phone. As he mentioned in the forefront, he's in the business. He's not leading from up here telling everybody else what to do. And this is an opportunity where we get to see him live, converting leads, following up with his database and making things happen. And it's very cool to listen to see what he has to say, how he handles those calls, the interaction with the client, the dissemination of those leads within his team. So that's a really good one. Social media group coaching. I think everybody can elevate their game a little bit in terms of social media and in terms of what kind of content they're putting out and the consistency in which they're doing so. There's also coaching for teams, also coaching for independent brokerages. And then I lost I'm not sure anyone can see okay, wait a second. Scroll back a little bit. Was I already covered there? Okay. There you go. Also for brokers, we coach independent brokers, owners, and first agent coaching, first year agent coaching. Okay, now scroll down. This covers the tools for growth, including the tech stack. We have at the top, we created and built out a YRealty marketing design studio. That design studio is connected to the MLS. So if you put things into the MLS, you simply have the address, you copy and paste it into the search bar, search for whatever product you're trying to create. So as an example, if it's a flyer, you click a button and then the flyer is instantly created. And it does so with your personal branding, your contact information, and all of your logos. Because when you join the company, you fill out a one-page document, and that's where all of that information is housed. So then it auto-populates from that point on. We also provide and create social media templates and campaigns. And everything home AI. Tristan, I'm going to throw this back to you because you were in a deal with this company and you guys were building this out.
Yeah, definitely.
You want to share the details?
Yeah, we can go from here then. I'll take it over. So everything home AI is powered by Homeowner AI. It's a newer company that allows you to have a hub for all of the homeowners that are working with you or the ones that you're trying to capture. It gives them a place to look at equity, gives them a place to upload documents, to look for what their home would look like if they added a pool, a bedroom, or anything along those lines. It also allows them to search through all of the service providers you add. And if you don't add some, they're already in there. But anytime they do any of this, like clicking or movements, it notifies you so that you're able to reach out to them. The reason we love them so much is because in this new shift that we are in now, where homeowners are staying on average 11 years in their home, this is nationally, places that are higher priced, like in Los Angeles, they're staying 18 years, right? Because it's harder now to move and to afford a newer home. So what happened is we're having to do longer touches, more value-driven communication through a longer period of time. And so that's why we love Homeowner AI, which is powering everything home, and everyone gets it for free here. We've got Lofty, which is our CRM. We're calling it Lofty Plus because Candice and I negotiated an amazing deal for the agents here, which they're getting the full CRM, full website, and automation for social media. And we're adding our monthly campaigns as well. So this way you don't have to recreate them or add them. They're just going to be put in there. So you don't have to worry about your seller campaigns, open house campaigns, all these campaigns, and they're always updated. So then the monthly marketing kit, that one should be released later this year. Every month we're theming it. So let's say November is going to be all open houses. So you're going to have a website to be able to click through all of the different templates that we create that has to do with open houses, whether it's dialogue, follow-up, postcards, ads, social media, everything all in one place. So you could just click it, use it, or click it and modify it because it ties directly to our design studio, which is a beautiful thing. Then we've got our XYZ program, which is not coming out until next year. But in essence, that allows you as the agent in the brokerage to leverage our team, our staff, whether it's for social media, follow-up, creating anything, or just really doubling down on scaling your business. And yes, there's a cost involved to that. But the important thing is that this is going to allow you to be able to hire without worrying about staff or training or anything along those lines. And SkySlope is what we use for document management. Let me go to the next one. This one, Candice, you want to jump on this one because you're the numbers person?
So we wanted to keep it simple to understand. So agents, individual agents, you're on an 80-20 split with a 12K cap. And then part of all of the great stuff that we provide, the monthly membership is $149. As a team member, if you have an agent on your team, they are at an 80-20 split as well, but a 6K cap. And then their monthly membership is at a $99 fee, which helps them put more money in their pockets. And you as well. And then we have a revenue share plan. It's really simple, easy to understand. It goes 5 levels deep, 10% off each level, and there's no unlocking hurdles to go through. Another great thing that we love is that you get paid when escrow closes. So there's no waiting, trying to figure out where your check is. So and then after you've capped, there is a post-cap fee of $250. And then errors and omission, it's going to vary by state, but just to give you an example, here in California, which also includes we pay workers' comp here as well for our agents, it's $199, and it caps at $1,499. But that'll vary depending on the different states that we're in.
All right. I like that. Any questions on that? And obviously we're only in California right now, but we are looking to be in other places. And this is the leadership. Obviously, here's Candice, who just finished talking, Dave, myself, and Janice, who's my wife, and then James, who is on here as well. So let me stop the share. Candice, so with what you built over the last year with Dave, what have you seen as being the biggest challenge for agents that you think we're going to be tackling?
I think the biggest thing that we're going to be tackling is continuing to have that relationship and all of the changes that are going on and having that direct contact with a broker. Being able to have somebody that knows your business and knows how you do business, I think is super important. I feel like that's lacking right now. So that's our biggest thing is that, we're not going to have brokers with thousands of agents underneath them. It's going to be very small group to where our brokers can actually get to know the agents that are under them. And help them in their business with questions and things that they have, and you can get a hold of people, especially right now with the changes with NAR and our contracts. I think that's super important to have that broker connection.
I agree. And you're so good at it too. People love talking to you. So thank you. And Dave, what about you, man? What are you noticing? What's the one thing we're bringing to the table that you're excited about?
Well, I'm noticing that a lot of people are getting information or utilizing resources but they're going to multiple places for it. So I think it's nice that it's all in one, and the way it's feeling as it relates to building up the community. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback from agents that love the morning huddle calls, get their mind right in the morning and to learn something. So as I know you do, you're constantly learning and evolving on the daily basis, and it gives everybody a platform to come and do that. And then I think that the other thing that I see is people are second guessing themselves, and they're a little bit paralyzed on the whole. And so this community that you have built, that we now are a part of, gives people a trusted resource of information and guidance so that they feel like they're making the right decisions, which I'm seeing a reduction in stress. And I think there's plenty of stress going on, not only in our industry, in the economy. When we did the market update the other day, when we hosted that event in Temecula, people were coming up to me after, and I'll mention it again, is this year has been challenging. And I was making some comparisons in terms of just the number of homes that were sold for those that were in the business back in 2005, as an example, with over 7 million homes sold. And then in recent years, that number dropped into the fours. And in the first quarter of 2024, out of 1.6 million agents in the country, 1.1 of them did not take a single listing in the first quarter. And when you're an agent and you're facing those circumstances, you start second guessing yourself, and you start wondering, hey, do I suck? Or, what's going on out there? Is everybody else feeling the same way I feel? And what do I do about that?
I thought that before, Dave. I'm like, yeah. am I just bad at this business? Do I need to get out? I thought that before.
Yeah. Is this the right thing for me?
That's funny.
So anyway, it's a nurturing community and it's a safe environment where people can ask questions too, which I think is important.
That to me is the key, man. By the way, I put up the link, everyone, to ask questions one-on-one with either Candice, Dave, James, and I. That way, if you do have questions, fill that out. We'll get a better idea of who you are and who we are on a one-on-one basis. The thing that I'm excited about the most is we're building something that I feel is almost an extension of lab coat agents, where I started lab coats 10 years ago, October 4th, 10 years ago. And people are like, why are you doing this? How do you make money? Right? What's in it for you? And I was like, there's no money. It's just a Facebook group and there's nothing in it for me. Right? It was way later that we figured out how to make money and from the group. And I thought, if we can bring people closer together because they can stand behind a brokerage that they believe in because of the set of values and the leadership involved, we can change this industry to the industry we actually are proud of. And that to me is a big difference, because I'm not always proud of what I see going on out there. And I want us to be a reflection of the best possible agent that we can be, or team, or brokerage. And for us, that matters a lot. Are we going to make mistakes? You better believe we're going to make mistakes. That's normal. But what we do after we make the mistakes is how we continue to grow and be a best example possible. All right, Candice, anything in closing?
No, I just look forward to getting to know some of the people that are on here. And there's some great questions. I don't know if you want to touch on one of them, which I thought was a good one. It was from Denise. What type of training or mentorship do you have? Are there any brick and mortar offices? So I don't know if you want
Dave, can you answer that one? I'm going to step into a webinar in lab coat agents. And then you guys are just dropping off really quick. But if you have questions for any of us in person, there's the link. I'm dropping off.
Thanks, Tristan.
So Candice, repeat that question one more time. I got the brick and mortar piece. What was the first part?
And then mentorship and training. What type of training or mentorship do you have? Are there any brick and mortar offices?
I'm going to have James answer the training piece, because we've merged Tristan's world and our world. And that's what James has been working on for a year. The brick and mortar piece in Long Beach, California, right now, we do have a physical location. As we grow in partnership with our national lender, we will try to mimic what we've done here in Long Beach. But ultimately, our goal in markets where it makes sense is to buy commercial real estate and not be tenants, where we would buy a commercial building and it would operate as a small hub. James, you want to touch on all of the elements of the education and training?
Yeah, absolutely. So within A Brilliant Tribe, which is Tristan's coaching platform, which all YRealty estate agents get for free, we have many different pillars of real estate agents and their journey. So of course we have coaching for, agents who want to be more on social media. We have coaching for agents who want to be team leaders or broker owners, for example, or just some avenues that we have in the past. And we also have coaching specifically for agents in their first year. We have Stu Jacobson, who is on our team. He did a lot of real estate exam prep. He has a YouTube channel, which some of you might even be familiar with. And his niche is agents within their first year of real estate. So thankfully, we have him to assist on that level. And of course, as we grow with our area leaders and other individuals in our real estate community, we'll be able to support them as well through more one-on-one basis as well.
Excellent.
Perfect.
All right.
Well, I appreciate everyone coming on, and please pull that link off and set up time to have one-on-one calls with any of us if you'd like to talk further.
That's what James and I will be doing for the rest of the evening and doing on a daily basis, 30-minute blocks. So thank you guys so much for being on. Candice and James, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll see you
Thank you,
guys later.
everybody.
Everyone have a great day.
Bye.
Have a good one.